Hello, CD Bestie. Aku Cindy Zhang. Check out my interview with CreativeDisc.com, the number one music website in Indonesia.
Hello, CD Bestie. Welcome back to another Creative Disc exclusive interview with me, Lutfi. And right now we have a singer-songwriter, a lady that have a soft voice and have a mellow sound. And her newest album is very, very perfectly to be heard on the rain because the title says so. She's already covered many tracks, and the one that I surprised me because she's got covering K-pop and a lot of J-pop lately. So without further ado, please welcome, this is Cindy Zhang. Am I pronouncing it
Thank
right?
you so much. Yeah, you can. It's Zhang, but you can pronounce it Cindy Zhang.
I think
Everyone
I
in the
think
US
it's Cindy Chang, I think. Oh
says,
my god, it's like Chan, Cindy Chan Japan.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so Cindy Chan, yay!
Thanks for having me.
Yes, me too. So, how's your how's your doing right now? How do you do?
Yeah, I've been doing well. I've been doing a bit of traveling through Asia lately. I went to Singapore and Korea in the last 2 weeks. And I went to Singapore to meet up with my management, Cross Ratio. They're based in Singapore, and then I went to Seoul to attend my friend's wedding.
Oh wow! So you are based on Seoul, right?
I'm based actually in San Francisco in the U.S.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
But how? Tell me the first time. Uh, you're basically on SF, right? On San Francisco, and
Mhm.
right now you've got on label on a Singaporean label. I think it's kind of wow unique. Like how can?
Yeah, so I realized that a lot of my audience is in Asia, um, and I really wanted to kind of expand my reach there, and so I reached out to Cross Ratio because I was listening to one of their artists a lot at the time, and we kind of just met through Google Hangouts, and that's kind of how we work together normally.
Oh wow! Didn't expect that. Really?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to introduce you to our audience first, our viewers, with question not who is Cindy Chang, but what is Cindy Chang?
Yeah, I think Cindy Zhang is what you can listening to when you're feeling alone. I really want to build a type of music that can really tap into your emotions. And when my listeners feel sad, I want them to listen to Cindy Zhang to find an outlet for their emotions. Because when the listeners can relate to the music and feel what I'm feeling, then hopefully they won't feel so alone anymore.
Wow. We talk about the music later, but let's first talk about your newest album called Songs for Rainy Days. Tell me more the detail about that album.
Yeah, so Songs for Rainy Days is my second album, and it was inspired by my personal experiences and stories from the past few years. And the album really encompasses all the ups and downs in my 20s, including all the relationships and all my emotional struggles. I think it captures all the butterflies of falling in love, as well as the hurting and feeling, or hurting and the healing from losing love as well.
Yeah. So, this is your second album. So, what's the difference between your first album and second album?
Yeah, I like to think that I came into this album with a sharper set of production skills. I became more adventurous in exploring different genres and sounds. I think, in comparison to the first album, the songs sound fuller because I'm confident with my vocal production and layering all the different stacks of background vocals. For my first album, I also wasn't really able to collaborate with a lot of other artists because I was first starting out and I hadn't built those connections yet. So for this album, I feel really lucky because I was able to do a lot of duets and also co-write with a bunch of other artists as well.
Oh, wow. So you've mentioned before that this album, it's like, healing through hurting feeling. I think, like, after your hurt, you find sometimes of your healing. Is it like is it like the true experience for you, from you? You're inspired by your true story or your true experience?
Yes, yes, all the songs are inspired by real life experiences.
Goodness, but I think it's kind of hard to meditate into the song.
Yeah, I think like being honest with yourself and being honest in your songwriting, I think that's the best way to make a song that's relatable to your listeners. It's kind of easier when you think of songwriting as like writing in a diary or writing in a journal. So a lot of people they will use writing or journaling as a way to kind of cope with their difficult emotions and situations. And so for me, I turn to songwriting. I think it gives me an outlet for all my emotions, which can seem really overwhelming at times. And I think turning a sad situation into a song allows me to see it in a brighter light by going through the fun process of making it into a song.
Okay, so let's talk about sad songs first. Like, in your opinion, what's so special about mellow and chill and sad music?
Yeah, I think mellow songs, they're really versatile because it can be played in so many different situations. Like if you're waking up in the morning and making coffee, you can just have it playing in the background, and it can be like a chill like a listening experience to kind of wake you up. You can also play it when you're studying or doing something very chill at home. I think it's perfect for the winter days when you're feeling a bit gloomy and you want to feel a bit more cozy. You can turn on these songs, and I think also like I feel like listening to music is a very personal experience at times, and that if you're feeling something kind of sad and you don't really want to share it with the world, you can always listen to a song and kind of have your emotions be expressed through those songs, um, and then kind of not feel so alone anymore.
Oh my goodness. So, what's the message behind your newest album, songs for rainy days? Is it like the message is you can heard it on rainy days, or I can't heard it on sunny days, I think?
Yeah, I think if you can listen to it on a rainy day or a sunny day. I just want to give my listeners a safe space to feel their emotions and especially the hardships that they're going through. Especially after the breakup or loss of a loved one, they might seem really alone in their sadness, and I just want this album to be there for them during their rainy days, like metaphorically their rainy days. I think that there will be songs in this album to cheer them up on their rainy days. But if they just want to feel the sadness on a rainy day, there will be songs in this album for that as well.
Oh my goodness, that's so deep.
Thank you.
So okay, you've post a lot about Japanese music and Japanese music cover, and I surprised when you cover Yuki no Hana by Mika Nakashima. Like, tell me more about that one.
Yeah, I've liked that song ever since I was in high school, and I was a fan of. I don't know if you know the anime or the manga called Nana.
Oh my goodness, I recently watched it.
Yeah, it's so great, right?
Yes,
I the
yes,
Yeah, and there's actually like a, a live action adaptation of
yes,
the anime as well, and
mm,
Mika Nakashima
yes.
is like the she plays Nana, who
Yes.
is a singer in the series. And because of that, I found out about Mika Nakashima and I listened to her music. And I found out about her song called Yuki no Hana, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous song. And actually, last year in 2021, in my Spotify release radar, I saw one of my favorite Korean artists. Her name is Ailey, and I saw her cover the song, and so that brought back a lot of memories because that song is quite old, and I listened to it in school. But after hearing that, I was like, oh, I just want to do my own cover of the song as well.
Oh my goodness. I didn't expect that answer. I just last night I recently watched Nana, even though it's like 2 episodes, but I hook. I want to dig deeper.
Yeah, I really like that anime for sure. Are you enjoying it so far?
Yes, yes, I'm enjoying it. I think Nana itself is like tell a real drama, a real relationship between people. I
Yeah.
think it's
Mhm.
like 2 episodes, but I can relate even though I'm not a girl, but I can relate about the world that they want to represent it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, wow. What's your favorite Nana character?
Um, I really, I think my two favorites are definitely Nana and Hachiko. I think like I feel like I see a a bit of them in myself. Like I have that side which is like like the singer, the creative side, but I also have that side like that's kind of clumsy and kind of like very very feminine, like very like girl next door kind of character, like Hachiko. So I feel like I see like a bit of both of them in myself, and I think that like the author did a really good job of developing those characters for sure. Yeah.
Indeed, 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 indeed. So, tell me the first time when you got first touch in Japanese music, because you've covered Japanese music quite a lot and Korean music
Mhm.
quite a lot. Like, tell me the first time when you got first touch with Japanese or Asian music.
Yeah, so I got into Japanese music first through watching anime. I was watching this anime called Inuyasha, and that anime had
Wow.
like a lot of good soundtrack
Yes.
songs by Ayumi Hamasaki, Nami
Nami
Amuro,
Amuro.
and Boa.
Hmm.
And I kind of looked to those singers, and I got into their music a bit more, and then I discovered other J-pop artists through them, and then yeah, and eventually listening to Boa
Hmm.
got me into K-pop as well, since she is a Korean singer who also released a lot of Japanese music as well.
Yes, yes, yes. Boa is one of the singer that who can do great in Japan, but do great in Korean too. I think it's a
Yeah,
kind of rare thing because she's so great in both language.
yeah, she's very fluent in Japanese, and she's like huge in Japan as well. So yeah, like
Yes,
I really admire her for sure.
yes, yes. I really admire her too because her Japanese music is so catchy, man. It's so catchy. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. So, okay, on your opinion, what's so special about the Japanese music?
Hmm. Yeah, I think because a lot of Japanese music is used in, movies and animes, they have a lot of orchestral arrangements that make the song sound really dreamy and really emotional. I think they're really high on production value, and they're pretty complicated harmonically if you think about it. I think a lot of American music or American pop can have songs that are just two chords and can sound very very repetitive,
Yes.
and Japanese songs are a bit more complicated, I think, and a bit more like
Mm,
I think elegant in a way.
mm.
And I think for me as a musician, I think that's it's more interesting for me to listen to Japanese music. Yeah.
Okay, so what's your approach when you are making the song?
I usually start with a theme or a story from my own life. So I first decide on what I want to write about, Then I developed the idea on guitar and vocals, so the melody and the harmony, and then and the lyrics as well. And so when I have an idea, I usually go record it just on my phone using voice memos. And then I go and record the vocal and guitar parts separately in my home studio. And then I usually work with a producer to finish the song.
Okay, so what's your all-time favorite albums, on your opinion?
Yeah, that's a really difficult question.
Oh my God.
I think there's so many great albums, but I think in the last few years, I really enjoyed listening to Geography by Tom Misch.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know
Yes,
the
I know
album?
it. I know.
Yeah,
The
it's
wait,
great,
wait.
right?
The geography one is like oh man, yes, my favorite, South of the River, Lost in Paris, It
Yeah,
Runs Through Me, Disco Yes, Water Baby. Oh my God.
yeah. Those are so many good songs, like one after the other. There's like so many great songs on that album. I think my favorite is probably Movie.
Oh wow.
It just sounds very dreamy. And I think another album is Like Sand by Marie Dahlstrom. She's also a singer from the UK as well. And
Oh wow.
yeah, kind of in that similar genre as Tomish. Yeah.
Oh wow. Like, do you like a pop jazz vibe, I think?
Yeah, like a jazz, like R&B, neo soul kind of vibe.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is the toughest question that I've asked so many with the artists that I interview. And this is the one. So mention 5 things we didn't know about Cindy Zhang.
Yeah, 5 things. I think the most unexpected one is that I went to 8 different elementary schools
Oh my God.
because I was moving around so much. So 8 different elementary schools throughout
Wow.
my 6 years of elementary school.
Wow. So in 1 year, you can move into the 2 different school?
Yeah, the reason for that is because when I was first starting out in America, I was learning English, and they kept on getting rid of the English second language program at a lot of schools. So they kept on having to move me to like different schools so that I could learn English.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Wow, that's quite shocking.
Yeah. Second thing is that my MBTI is like the Myers-Briggs
Yes.
is INFJ.
Oh my God, I am an ENF. Oh no, I'm ENFP.
ENFP. Okay, so kind of
Yes.
similar. Too similar. Yeah. Yeah, and third thing is that the first ever concert that I went to was actually a K-pop concert.
Who?
Yeah, just shows you how much I love K-pop. And
who's that artist?
Oh, who?
Yes.
It was actually like a Korean music festival.
Oh.
So there were a bunch of artists there. There was like, I think the most notable ones are Girls' Generation.
Ooh.
It was like when they were first starting out. And then TVXQ when they were still like together as a band.
Oh.
So a lot of like SM entertainment, like older artists. Yeah.
The TVXQ, not the duo of TVXQ, you know?
Yeah, the five of them, which is
so lucky.
Yeah. I consider that like I'm really happy that I was able to see them as 5 before they broke up.
Okay. So the next one, the fourth one.
The next one, I actually used to be a lead singer of a jazz fusion band in college.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the fifth one is that I studied Japanese for 4 years in high school.
Really?
Yes.
Oh really? I've studied Japanese too in my college years.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Nihongo shimashita.
Hai, Nihongo ga no Nihongo ga etto ne mada desu ne. Watashi no wasureta no kotoba de.
Wasuremashita.
Yeah, hai. Boku mo wasuremashita. Okay, the last thing. Your favorite anime?
My favorite anime. Oh gosh.
Oh gosh, this is harder than 5 things we didn't know about
This
you.
is harder than any other question you've given me, I think.
Oh really? You're such an anime geek.
I actually haven't watched a lot of anime recently, so a lot of my favorite animes are quite old, I think.
Me too. It's all right.
I really like Inuyasha.
Oh my goodness.
I haven't watched the new one yet, and I also enjoy Death Note a lot.
Oh my goodness! Didn't expect after Nana that you like Death Note.
Yeah, there's so many like genres that I like. Even it's quite dark, but it was also quite thrilling and addictive.
What else? Any else?
What else? Yeah, of course, Nana. I really like Nana. I used to watch Full Metal Alchemist a lot.
Oh my goodness, that's my favorite one.
Oh really?
Yeah,
it was so sad in the end.
Yes, you know, I've cried many tears during watching Full Metal Alchemist. You know.
Yeah.
Because it's so sad. The ending. Oh my goodness, the ending.
Yeah, it's so like amazing how like Japanese anime it's like so sad. Like usually animated movies, they're quite like lighthearted, but yeah, I feel like Japanese animes can get quite dark sometimes.
Yes, indeed, and the message is like straight to your heart. I think more than anything that I've ever watched. You know, the Full Metal Alchemist, the ending one, like Elric said that I want to take my ego. I want to take my alchemist because it is I use it full of ego, so I don't want it. Like, damn, I cried so hard. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's so sad in the end.
Yes. So, last question. What's next for Cindy Zhang?
So I'm in the process of writing more music and also, making more music for next year. I really want to grow as an artist and explore more unique production styles and also different genres as well. So please look forward to more of my releases in 2023.
Okay, so this wrap up our interview. Thank you, Cindy Zhang, as my guest today. Oh my god, didn't expect that we talk so much about anime stuff or Japanese music stuff. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. And terima kasih banyak buat penonton CreativeDisc yang udah menonton video ini. Jangan lupa juga buat subscribe di CreativeDisc dan jangan lupa juga buat follow Instagramnya Cindy Zhang. What's your social media? Can you mention it?
Yeah, so it's Cindy Zhang Music on all platforms on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. That's Cindy Zhang Music, CindyZhang Music.
Okay, Cindy Zhang Music, CindyZhang Music. So, thank you Cindy for having me for this interview. Terima kasih juga buat CD Besti yang udah menonton. I'm Lutfi and here it is Cindy Zhang. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you for having me.